5th, 2024. First reading, Jeremiah 28, 1-17. And it came to pass in that year, in the beginning of the reign of Sedecias king of Judah, in the 4th year, in the 5th month, that Hananiah the son of Azza, a prophet of Gabaon spoke to me, in the house of the Lord before the priests, and all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have broken the yoke of the king of Babylon. As yet 2 years of days, and I will cause all the vessels of the house of the Lord to be brought back into this place, which Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon took away from this place, and carried them to Babylon. And I will bring back to this place Jeconias the son of Joachim king of Judah, and all the captives of Judah, that are gone to Babylon, saith the Lord, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon. And Jeremiah the prophet said to Hananiah the prophet in the presence of the priests, and in the presence of all the people that stood in the house of the Lord. And Jeremiah the prophet said, Amen, the Lord do so, the Lord perform thy words, which thou hast prophesied, that the vessels may be brought again into the house of the Lord, and all the captives may return out of Babylon to this place. Nevertheless hear this word that I speak in thy ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me, and before thee from the beginning, and have prophesied concerning many countries, and concerning great kingdoms, of war, and of affliction, and of famine. The prophet that prophesied peace when his word shall come to pass, the prophet shall be known, whom the Lord hath sent in truth. And Hananiah the prophet took the chain from the neck of Jeremiah the prophet, and broke it. And Hananiah spoke in the presence of all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, even so will I break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon after 2 full years from off the neck of all the nations. And Jeremiah the prophet went his way. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, after that Hananiah the prophet had broken the chain from off the neck of Jeremiah the prophet, saying, Go, and tell Hananiah, Thus saith the Lord, Thou hast broken chains of wood, and thou shalt make for them chains of iron. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, to serve Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, and they shall serve him, moreover also I have given him the beasts of the earth. And Jeremiah the prophet said to Hananiah the prophet, Hear now, Hananiah, the Lord hath not sent thee, and thou hast made this people to trust in a lie. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will send thee away from off the face of the earth, this year shalt thou die, for thou hast spoken against the Lord. And Hananiah the prophet died in that year, in the 7th month. Gospel, Matthew 14, 13-21. Which when Jesus had heard, he retired from thence by boat, into a desert place apart, and the multitudes having heard of it, followed him on foot out of the cities. And he coming forth saw a great multitude, and had compassion on them, and healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the hour is now past, send away the multitudes, that going into the towns, they may buy themselves victuals. But Jesus said to them, They have no need to go, give you them to eat? They answered him, We have not here, but 5 loaves, and 2 fishes. He said to them, Bring them hither to me. And when he had commanded the multitudes to sit down upon the grass, he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed, and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitudes. And they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up what remained, 12 full baskets of fragments. And the number of them that did eat, was 5,000 men, besides women and children.